Hello friends, the next topic in module 4 of AD syllabus is register. So if you miss any other topic in module 1, module 2, module 3, please refer my videos in Vashtag channel. So welcome back. So now in the previous video we have seen what is flip-flop. So we know flip-flop is a memory element. It is a bistable device which can store either 1 or 0. A single flip-flop can store 1 bit. So if you combine these flip-flops, then that is called as a register. So register is a group of flip-flops connected to shift the data from one end to the other end and to store the data. For example, if you connect 4 flip-flops, you can store 4 bits. If you connect 8 flip-flops, you can store 8 bits, and resulting this device is called as register or latch. In the register, there are 4 types of registers are there. One is called as CISO, second one is SIPO, third one is PISO, and fourth one is PIPO. That is, CISO is serial in, serial out. You can see data is moved into the register serial in, and data output is serial out. SIPO is serial in and parallel out, and PISO is parallel in and serial out. That is, data is moved into the register in the parallel form and output is in the serial form, and corresponding IC you can see here. In the exam, they may not going to ask IC, they will ask general configuration of the shift registers. Last one is parallel in and parallel out. So dear students, now we will see how to construct first case serial in and serial out. First case is serial in and serial out. So now to construct serial in and serial out, so construction of serial in and serial out shift registers, 4-bit shift register. It is called as 4-bit latch, data latch, 4-bit latch, sorry, 4-bit latch. So here you can see, here 4 flip-flops are used. So this is the first one, this is the second one, third one, and fourth one. All these flip-flops are simultaneously fed with the negative edge clock. Output of this one is connected to the output of the first is connected to the output of the second, output of the second is connected to the output of the third, output of the third is connected to the output of the fourth, etc. So this is the final output. So here we are giving serial data. So this is called as 4-bit latch. So if you want, you can extend this one to the 8-bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8-bit. So 8-bit will store 1 byte of data. So now we'll see how this works. Initially, this one is 0. Initially, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, and this is 0. That is, Q, R, S, and T output is 0. And I am giving data from here. Suppose my data is like this, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then on the next clock pulse, this is the first initially, on the first clock pulse, this one will move here, this will move here, this will move here, and this will move here, and this will go to drain. That is, this becomes 1, 0, 0, 0. So during the second clock pulse, this one will move here, and whatever here, that will move here. That is 1, 1, 0, 0. During the third clock pulse, 0, 1, 1, 0. And during the fourth clock pulse, that is 1, 2, 3, and fourth clock pulse, that is 1, 0, 1, 1. So like this, the data is shifted 1, 0, 1, 1. Now This register now it has stored 1011. But to move entire all 4 bits, you need 4 more clock pulses. That is, if you want to get the last bit here, then you need 4 more clock pulses. So now you can see here the same explanation. Here you can see initially 0, now how the data is moved. And you can represent the same by using our waveform also. Here at the time A, time B, time C, time D. So this is the output initially. Q is 0, R is 0, S is 0, T is 0. At second clock pulse, this becomes 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. The third clock pulse, this 1 is shifted here. And previous whatever there is there, that will be shifted. In the fourth clock pulse like this, in the fifth clock pulse like this. So 1 is shifted like this. So now in the exam they may ask you to explain with the example, with the waveform. So it is better to explain with waveform also, or better to explain with the truth table, whichever convenient. Now same can be constructed by using JK also. If they ask you to construct by using JK, very simple. See, this is serial in, this is serial in, serial out by using a JK. Now, in the next slide, this one diagram you see here, it is the configuration of 74LS91 8-bit shift registers. So sometimes they may ask IC configuration. So 8-bit shift register here, you can see this is the configuration of 74LS91. If they ask, then you have to write this one only. Here 8 flip-flops are there and all are SR. So we want to pass serial data, that's why we will convert this into D by using inverter between this one, and along with the NAND gates, NAND gate and input A and B. This input A and B you can use according to control purpose. For example, what I can do is I can connect input here and I can make this input B is ground. When B is ground, that means B is 0, this is disabled. That means your flip-flops will not work. When B is equal to 1, the other way is when B is equal to 1, don't connect it to ground. When B is equal to 1, that is, connect B is equal to 1. That time, whatever input is there, that will be moved to the output. For example, if A is 0, 0 and 1, 0, output of the NAND gate is equal to 1, output of this inverter is 0, R is equal to 1. That means it is reset. So what is our input? Input is 0. That means output is reset. If it is 1, 1 and 1, 1, output of the AND gate is 0, then output of this inverter is 1, then that will be set. So for this purpose, you can use this gating inputs A and B. Either you can connect to ground or you can connect it to 1. You can use this B, signal B, I mean this input B as a control signal. You can see this one here, how this works once again. If you don't want to use B input, then you can connect B with A, you can short it. That time, whatever the input here, suppose if it is 1, then this becomes 0, this becomes 1. Flip-flop is set. Otherwise, if it is 0, then this becomes 1, this becomes 0. Flip-flop is reset. And you can see it is a negative edge triggered. And the clock is passed through one more inverter. That becomes positive edge. That means the flip-flop works during the positive edge. Now you may ask, here we have used negative edge. Here it is a positive edge. This clock is passed once again through inverter. Why it is so? This is the design of the IC. This particular IC is designed like this. May it has got certain advantage in certain application. That is the answer. Otherwise, in the exam, if they generally ask, then you can directly use positive edge triggered or negative edge triggered. Now serial in parallel out. My dear students, this is the second classification, serial in parallel out. IC you can note down here 91, and this is the diagram, serial in and parallel out. So this is similar to our old circuit only. Here at the each time the true output side of the flip-flop is available. You can see here true output side, that is this is available. The data moves like this, simultaneously the true output is available. That's why it is called a serial in and parallel out. Other than that, it has got clock signal. Of course, clock signal will be there. Clock signals are connected. That is negative edge, negative triggered. Clock signals are connected, you can see here. Other than that, it has got one clear input, that is called as asynchronous clear input. That is used to clear the data stored in the flip-flop. This is asynchronous. Asynchronous means at any time you can clear the data stored in the flip-flop. That is called as asynchronous. And my dear students, you just see here this symbol. This indicates not only inverter, it indicates amplifier, because this particular signal will drive so many flip-flops. So amplification is required. That's why this symbol, it is not just inverter, it indicates other than that amplifier also. Now next one is a parallel in serial out. Parallel in serial out, one important configuration. So you will see that by using our digital principles and application book by Donald P. Leach and Malvino and Gautam Shah, 7th edition. I am using this book for reference purpose to explain you, and this video is only for to help our students, and it is not for commercial purpose. So it is not for commercial purpose, it is to help our students. That's why I use this book as a reference here. So we will see now parallel and serial out. So diagram of the parallel and serial out you can see here. So this is the diagram of the parallel and serial out. So in the exam they may ask you to write 8-bit or 4-bit. Diagram is, even though it looks somewhat complicated, it's very simple. If you understand one block, that is the starting block, this block, then you can write the entire diagram. So better in the exam, if they ask you to write piezo, write 4-bit, unless and until they ask 8-bit. So write 4-bit. So A, B, C, D. So now here you have to understand how this is written. So let me explain. Here this is our RS flip-flop. RS is converted into D. Then this flip-flop has got one is a clock signal, that is one is clock signal. So one is clock signal. Let me treat this is the clock signal, this is clock signal. All the clock signal you have to interconnect. All the clock signal you have to interconnect. Then one is clear signal. Clear signal is this one. So let me draw clear signal by using some other color. So clear signal, this is clear signal. Clear signal is clear signal you have to connect like this. So my dear students, we will make this circuit simple from the exam point of view. So this is the clear signal. After this, you see here, this one is connected to our NOR gate. NOR gate as a structure like this. What is this structure? NOR gate gets output from 2 AND gate. So input to the one AND gate is a serial input. Input to the other AND gate is a parallel data. Then one control signal that will use to shift and load. First the control signal will load the data, whatever data, suppose here if it is present here like this, that will be loaded. Then the data is shifted like this. That is called as, that is a function of shift and load. Shift is to, load is to used to load the data from the input to the register or particular flip-flops. Then shift is used to shift the data inside the latch, inside the flip-flops. So this control function is, to generate this control function, we are using this NOR circuit diagram, NOR and circuit diagram. So let me explain you once again this one separately here. In the exam, not only you have to write this one, you have to write the other circuit diagram also. You see this circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram. This is the explanation once again of the same. We are using SR. SR is connected to our inverter, and inverter is getting output that is from the NOR gate. You think here you are getting X bar here. Why? If it is X bar, then it is X. If it is 0, then it is 1. It will set the flip-flop like that. Now this X bar is generated by X1 and X2. So same circuit diagram is expanded like this. Now this X1 and X2 is connected to AND gate. Same. But other input of the AND gate is connected with the inverter. This is also one inverter and this is also inverter. This is maybe some mistake, inverter. Now what will happen? If this is 1, then this becomes 0. This is disabled. X2 will not work. X1 will work. Suppose this is 0, this will work, this will not work. That means based on the control signal, you can load or you can shift. So this control signal is, here it is generalized in this diagram, but previously we saw this control signal is used to either shift or load. So this is a parallel in and a serial out. So let me once again go to the diagram here and explain you. 4-bit SISO. So initially let me take 1 0 1 0. So now shift is 1, load is 0. shift is 1, load is 0. So during the clock pulse, when load is 0, here it becomes 1, this will get enabled, this will get disabled. That means here this becomes 1, here this becomes 1, here this becomes 1, here this becomes this becomes, here it is 0, here it is 1, here it is 0. What about the other end? Other end is disabled. We will take this is disabled. This is 0. We will take this is 0, this is 0, 0, 0. Now 0 and 1, 1, and here it is a 0, here it is a 1. So what is your data? 1. 1 is here now. And during the clock pulse, that 1 will come here. Understood? That 1 will come here. So we see this one, 0, 0, 0 is here, is also 0. This is 0, you will take. So initially 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0. So when shift is 1, load is 0, data is moved here inside. When shift is 0, when this signal, I mean shift is 1, let me explain once again. When this is 0, this signal is 0, that is, this becomes 1, that is, load will work. When this is 1, shift will work. Initially, data is loaded, then it is shifted like this. It is shifted like this. Data is shifted like this. And in this case, A, B, C, D, you will get data here. This is the output. Here you have to write output, because you are drawing 4-bit PISO. You are drawing 4-bit PISO. So this is the diagram of a PISO. Now we have one more diagram. One more version, parallel in parallel out. This is called as a data latch. So in the exam they may ask this one. So 8-bit data latch. They may not ask PIPO. They will directly ask, write down the circuit diagram for 8-bit data latch or data register. You can see here 8-bit data latch or data register. So this is very simple. All the flip-flops are here. Clear is also connect to all the clear signal and write clear. Connect all the clock signal simultaneously and write clock. And this is the input and this is the output. So this is 4-bit latch. If you want 8-bit, extend it to 8-bit. That's why this is called as data register or data latch. Parallel in, parallel out. Next one is next one more IC 74198. This has got two more advantage. It is not only acts like parallel in, parallel out. It also acts like other than parallel in and parallel out. It also acts like shift right and shift left. So here you can see this is data. When mode control is 0, suppose if I write here 0, this becomes 1. This becomes 1 means you can see this is connected to this IC, this IC, this IC, this IC. That is for shifting it is used like this. It comes like data comes like this and it goes like this. It comes like this. Shifting it is used. That is the one. When this is 1, let me erase this one. When this is 1, now this becomes 0, this becomes 1. That means this IC, this IC, this IC, this IC. So this is used to loading. So whatever data is here, it is loaded into the flip-flops. Here it is shifted. Here it is shifted. It is exactly works like PISO only, but it has got additional advantages, left shift and right shift. Based on this clock, right shift and left shift can be achieved. So you can see in the one more diagram here, we have, you can give the data from this end also. Here you can see, you can give the data, serial data from this end also. So that time you have to interconnect this one like this. So then the data moves like this, right, left shift. Otherwise in the other diagram it is right shift and parallel shift. So it has got multiple advantages. Application of shift registers. So application of shift registers is very important. It has got 5 applications. Ring counter, and second one is Johnson or tail counter or switch counter. Third one is sequence generator and detector. Fourth one is serial adder. Serial adder. So these are the applications of our shift registers. But our students, they will make common mistake when they ask the application of counter, they will write ring counter, tail counter. This is not the application of counter. This is the application of shift register. Johnson counter, tail counter, ring counter are the application of shift register. Application of counter is, I can give example, clock. Digital clock is the application of counter. So please remember. So now, first one is a ring counter. So ring counter, diagram of the ring counter you can see here, 8-bit ring counter. So you may feel like it is difficult. So what we can do is, let me explain first here, then let me draw the diagram once again for your this one. So here you see, it is very simple. 8 latches are there, RS. 1, 2, 3, like 8 latches are there. Output is simultaneously taken. All the latches are connected with the clear signal. All the latches are connected with the clock signal. And first one is connected with the inverter. Then we are using here one AND gate, and input to this AND gate is get feedback from the true output of the last one. So we'll see this one now. So let me draw. Only 4-bit let me draw. This is the first RS latch, right? This is the second RS latch. This is the third RS latch. And this is the fourth one. So now here the output of this one I will write QA. This is QB. This is QC. And this is QD. This is the output. This is the inverse. QA bar, B bar, C bar, D bar. I am using mouse. It is not exactly pen type of pointer device, so I will not write all those things. So now clock signal you have to write. So you take clock here. All these are, you take clock. Think it is a clock, or better clock you take it here. This is the clock signal. Negative edge triggered clock. Make it negative edge triggered clock, something like this. And connect all the clock signals simultaneously. See, this is the connect all the clock signals simultaneously. So connect all the clock signals simultaneously and call this is a clock. If you are Want to represent by the amplifier, right here amplifier. Then clear signal. So clear signal you take it here somewhere, or separately I will use the different color for clear signal. Think these are the clear signal. All clear signal we will connect. This is the clear signal, and connect this with the once again amplifier if you want clear. Now take the output simultaneously. This is QA, this is QB, this is QC, this is QD. This is the output. Pass the output to the next stage also. This is you write QA, QB, QC and QD. Connect this is also to the next stage. Now input, this is R and this is S, RS flip-flop. So this is B, I will write here B and B bar. Here for your representation I am writing, this is C, C bar I write, and this is D, D bar I am writing here. This is nothing but our input only, R and S. So RS is connected with the one inverter. So in between, so one inverter is there, and with that inverter I will connect to RS, and output of this one is connected to AND gate, and this I will short it, and this I will connect it to this output. This is a ring counter. So this is 4-bit ring counter. So we will make the circuit simplified 4-bit counter. So it's very easy to represent. So when you see this circuit diagram, you may feel like this. It is somewhat difficult, but it's very easy. And output is you can see here. This is the output of the ring counter. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So initially you have to set R and S. Initially you have to pass 1 into this one. Initially you have to pass 1 to this one. Then after that 0. Otherwise if you pass 0, then rotation, you will not come to know the rotation. So initially you have to pass 1, then 0. Output is something like this. So next one is Johnson tail counter. What is the difference between a ring counter and Johnson tail counter? In the ring counter, what we did is we used true side of the output, that is this one. In Johnson counter, we are using complement of the last flip-flop output that is connected to the first one. We don't want this one. This is not required. This is to indicate the ending of the counting process. This is not required at all. So once again, very simple. All the clocks are connected, and complement output of the last one is fed to the first one. That's all, nothing else. So now you see how it works here. So see here, initially this is 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. What is 0? Then this is 0 means what is T bar? 1. 1 is fed back to this one. So next this becomes 1, 0, 0, 0. Once again this is fed back. This is not fed back. Complement of this one is fed back. So this is moved here, and this is moved here. Here complement of this one is fed back here, and these will get shifted here. Complement of this one is fed back here, and everything is shifted here. Complement of this one this time becomes 0, see here. Then complement of this one becomes 0. Complement of this one becomes 0. So how many counts are possible in the exam? They may ask 4-bit Johnson counter gives how many total count? Please remember, 4-bit will give total count is equal to 8. 0 to 7. It counts from 0 to 7. Total counts is this. 6-bit will give 12. So it is just 2 into number of bits. Next one, sequence generator and sequence detector. So you can use this to generate sequences. So here in the diagram you see, it acts like a sequence generator. Here it is nothing but the latches. We generate 1, we generate 1, 0, 1, 1. This is the block of latches. This generate like this 1, 0, 1, 1. Now this is to detector, to detect. So suppose you imagine data is moving like 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, something like that. You want to detect this pattern. So where is this pattern here? Here. You can see this pattern is there. You want to detect. So what we do? We will connect this to exclusive NOR gate. So all the bits to the exclusive NOR gate. I want to detect this pattern. See here. Sequence to be detected. Here data is moving. Now, when 0 and 1, when both bits are different, exclusive OR gate will give 1. Exclusive NOR gate will give 0. When both bits are same, suppose this is 1, this is 1, exclusive OR gate will give 0, exclusive NOR gate will give 1. That we want. When both bits are same, output of this exclusive NOR gate is 1, 1, 1. Output of this AND gate is 1. That indicates both are same. Sequence is detected. Serial adder. Next application is a serial adder. So we will see the next application in the next session. Thank you.